Welcome to Welland, Ontario. We are here at the Electrify Canada site. We are here to compare whether it is comparable to Electrify America or if maybe these stations work better or worse, just gathering kind of our first impressions. So we arrived here. We did arrive to our Airbnb. Check out part one of our road trip if you haven't already. We did arrive to our Airbnb with about 25% or something like that. We've kind of been driving around today back and forth, doing some errands, getting groceries, stuff like that for the week ahead. We're now at 9%. We did have to drive about half an hour from Niagara Falls to get to this station. We decided to go to this station to check it out, number one. Number two, there is a Walmart back here, which I didn't even realize Canada had. So we're going to grab some other groceries that we didn't want to get in bulk when we went to Costco earlier, which I did learn that Costco also had poutine, which was interesting. So we're here at the Electrify America. These look like old units. These look like, in America, what we see as old units at some of the older, like first-gen Electrify America locations. So here at Electrify Canada, it seems like these are still the status quo. I looked at PlugShare for quite a few in the area, and they all seem to have these old units. So maybe they're probably are going to get some next-gen units, I would hope, I would think. But we'll see how this compares. We've already charged on attempted to charge on two different networks. We tried Petro Canada, which is like a gas station brand, it seems. And then we also tried Ivy. We have not tried Flow yet. I know that's another big one here in Canada. We did actually charge at a Flow station once in Cincinnati, so that was kind of interesting, but they're based in Canada. But let's get out here. Let's try to plug up here. One thing off the bat that's kind of interesting about these stations, even though we have the Electrify America app, the Volkswagen ID4 comes with 3 years of free charging on Electrify America, but that does not include Electrify Canada, from what I understand. So I might need to pull the car in a little bit more. We'll see if this cable reaches. So let's do our good old plug-in first. I did set up an Electrify Canada app. Oh, this is just gonna fit. That'll be great. So I did plug in, so get the Electrify Canada app set up already. So let's go ahead, we'll plug in. Feels like home. These are just like these cables. These are BTC units. This is not the one we're actually plugged into. We're plugged into this one. So the way the station seems to be laid out, they have up to, and then jusqu'à. So I don't know, I have no idea. I don't know French. I don't have the accent. But up to 150 kilowatts. This is up to 350. So we're gonna kind of see if the 350 kilowatt units in Canada are having the same issues as the ones in America in terms of like just the unreliability, stuff like that. So every other unit is a 150, except for the one we plugged into. So before it times out, let's try plugging in here. So yeah, very silly, very similar logo. We just have like a white background on the lightning bolt instead of a green one. So the app is identical. So pretty much we'll see if we can just tap and go. I don't know if that's actually gonna work here. Probably not, so. Okay, this is charger, where's the charger number? Number 4, 350 kilowatts. Swipe to start, see if it's that easy. Initiating, okay. It's off to a solid start. That was instant. That was about as fast as you'd expect from an Electrify America or Canada location. Interesting, this one's actually given a complimentary session here. So because we have to pay for it, I wonder if this one's not doing very well, we might plug, even though this is the CHAdeMO. So welcome Arai, Electrify Canada Pass. So yeah, the ID4 charging plan does not work here because that's Electrify America only. So thank you for choosing Electrify Canada, 9%. 93 right off the bat, 109, 123. Solid start. Okay, 124. So the reason I plugged into a 350 is because the ID4 can do above this. Like it can get up to 170, 180 kilowatts I've seen hit. I think the highest, I think I saw it hit 180 briefly and then it went down to like 175. So it can do above 150 kilowatts. So that's why I plugged into the 350. A lot of the other stations that we have tried in Canada, they're advertised as 100 kilowatt units. Like for example, that Ivy charge was 100 kilowatts, but it had split power. So another car came, it cut us in half to like 43 kilowatts or so. So yeah, kind of interesting to see kind of all the different stuff we could do. I'm almost tempted. I don't want to block the CHAdeMO in case a leaf comes by, but I'm almost interested in plugging into this one to see how fast the 150 goes with the complimentary, or any of the other stations complimentary, because Now I suddenly care about charging cost because I don't get my free charging. So this one does not look like it's vending free. Honestly, a lot of times when Electrify America, and I should say Electrify Canada, what this company will do is if there's a problem with the station, they put it into complimentary status. So this one's also. So the CHAdeMO, if you have a Leaf or something like that, come over here to Welland, Ontario, and plug in at this Canadian Tire. Yeah, I didn't even mention the locations. There's a Canadian Tire and then there's a Walmart over here. The Electrify Canada listing lists Canadian Tire as the location. So ultimately, yeah, I mean, old units, but 128 kilowatts we're getting. That's about what we would get prior to the 3.1 software update. It's been hot today, so it wouldn't surprise me if the battery's warm and kind of throttling the speed and limiting the speed. How much have we paid so far? Let's talk about cost. This is all in Canadian dollars. So if you're above 90 kilowatts, I think 1 to 90, let me confirm the pricing. 1 to 90 kilowatts is cheaper. It's somewhere in the 20-cent range Canadian.
This one showed 1 to 144.
Okay, so this one might max out. Yeah, but see if it's a 350, I don't know why we're...
Yeah.
I do know why this car is not getting more, because this car can't do up to 350. Like I said, the maximum on this one's like 170-ish. But if, let's just say we go to the Electrify Canada app, just want to give you the most accurate pricing here. I do wonder, once this kind of plateaus, whether we should just take advantage of the complimentary there. Maybe when we get back to the car, if we come back to the car before we're done and need to top up more, because free is free. I mean, yes, we're blocking the CHAdeMO. If another Leaf comes, I'd rather get the charge we need on this one, get it fast. But then if we need to top up more, like when we're back from running inside, if it's not already done what we need to get to, we should probably plug in and get that complimentary. That's good to know though, in case that, so that station might have some issues. So right now we're racking up, so 57 cents a minute, Canadian dollars. So that roughly gets to probably in the high 30 cents per minute range in the US, something like that. I don't know if these prices, I need to look if these prices have been updated, because in the US they've raised the prices.
Like this right now is like $1 USD, because when we were filming, it's 1 USD is equivalent to 1.67 CAD.
Yes, so that sounds right. So yeah, the app is identical. The app shows, you know, same kind of deal there. Shows like your current, so Welland, Canadian Tire. In terms of pricing, I wonder if we were to tap on like another station, I'm sure the pricing's the same since they're in the same province. So if we were to check pricing, so yeah, here we go. 27 Canadian cents a minute, and for 1 to 90 kilowatts, so like a Chevy Bolt, we get that lower rates. 1 to 350 kilowatts, so an ID4 automatically falls in that range because the car is capable of charging more, 57 cents a minute. So not bad. I mean, we'll see how much this ends up costing us, but I do like it's sustaining this high charging speed, which is great. Let's check the OBD data for the car. I just want to see if this thing is actually outputting what the car is requesting. So let's see, the car says the dynamic limit of charging is 450 amps-ish. It's only giving 340, so it's not quite giving it all it can take. That could be a limitation of the amperage set up at the station. Up to 350, if you plug in like a Hyundai Ioniq 5 or like an 800 volt car, you probably would get more. I don't know if you'd even hit 350 if these aren't true 500 amp. I don't know how many amps these are. Oh, so there's our answer. 350 amp max. So these are the old BTC units, 350 amps. So we're pretty much getting what the charger will give. It's pretty much not, if you have a 400 volt car like the Volkswagen ID4, you will not get higher than this here. Now comparing it to maybe these guys, are these guys 350? So these are 350 max, so these could theoretically do higher, but I don't think these chargers, these 150s, are set up for 350 amps. I could be wrong. I'm not, you know, I don't want to say I'm not the pro, but I'm not like the electricity expert per se. So looking good. I would say, why don't, yeah, so now we're at 130 kilowatts. So it's kind of like maybe the battery's cool enough. I do hear the AC going down here. There we go, yep, so it's cooling, the battery cooling is, you can see all the bugs on the car from our whole trip. I think we had I think I checked earlier, there's a little remnants of a bumblebee here, and there's like, this looks like a moth. All these different bugs from driving all the way from Wisconsin, the 630 miles, 1,000 kilometers that we've gone. But yeah, overall, I mean, pretty good. I need to fill up windshield wiper fluid because the windshield's also dirty and I've used so much windshield washer fluid. Anything else I missed, Caitlin? No? Okay.
So not right
So yeah, ultimately, great. We were able to plug in first time. We didn't have any significant issues. We're getting good speeds. I've charged on these exact units in Chicago because some of the Chicago chargers, they're like early gen Electrify America chargers, and they don't output this much power. So that's good. I do want to see what happens if we do plug into that 150. I would be curious because we don't pay a session fee, which is nice. So look at this. In the 6 minutes I've talked to you already, we've already gone up from 9 to 27%. So good speeds, good speeds. And then we're paying $342, and then this gives you session fee. There's no session fees. Locations we're charging is pricing depends. So I didn't sign up for Pass Plus. So that's the other thing. If you pay $4 a month in the US and you check what the Canadian price is, you can get discounted charging. So the per minute price gets cut like maybe a third or something like that. I will have to see what that actually is. I don't think it makes sense for us to do that on the trip because I don't think we're going to be using Electrify Canada more than once or twice at most. Probably could do it, but I don't think it's going to pay off in the short time we're here at least. But yeah, I think the plan is going to be to let it charge, kind of see how this goes. It is fun to see all the branding, and they definitely have partnered with Canadian Tire. We need to see what this is all about. They have like a Petco, a Party City, there's an auto center. Is it a grocery store too? It's kind of misleading because it says tire, so that's weird. But it's also a gas station. So there was a sign, there's a Dollar Tree, Mark's, Walmart. Wonder how Canadian Walmarts compare, but there is a gas station over there under the same brand. So I don't know if this is supposed to be like the ultimate convenience store. I see something that says decor on the inside through the window. So maybe it's like a Walmart. You want to check it out? Let's check it out. Yeah, so let's check out let's check out what Canadian Tire is all about. We'll come back. Maybe we'll plug into the 150 and just see. My wild guess would be if this thing's showing complimentary, there's probably something wrong with the station. Do we want to try plugging into the 150?
What are we at still?
127. It's still sustaining.
Do we have to pay like a startup fee?
No.
Then let's just move it over.
Let's move it over.
That
See
way
what we
we
get.
can take a little time inside.
So we spent $5. Yeah, let's do that. I wonder if that cable will reach. No, it will not. I need to move it. Okay, let's move the car over. Oh, let's unplug first. So 9 minutes, we paid $5. Worst case scenario, we'll plug right back in. Not a huge deal. All right, let's keep the charging flap open. One other thing I really like about these spots is that they're not marked here. So this almost is like a pull-through spot, which is kind of nice. So it's a little bit awkward because there's 4 units all on one side, but I actually kind of prefer this because if you pull in, this station here could charge at least one car. I don't know. Well, we'll see. Let's see what the Tratamo one is doing because that one's complimentary and I'm all about the free stuff. All right. Complimentary. Probably gonna be like 30 kilowatts or something. That'd be hilarious. Connecting to vehicle. I'm already feeling mosquito bites. If this one gets the same speed, I see no reason why we shouldn't charge on this one.
Electrify America.
Yeah, that's funny. Session is complimentary courtesy of Electrify America. Electrify America is subsidizing Electrify Canada now, I guess. That's hilarious. I'm gonna put in my phone number so I can log. All right. Thank you for choosing Electrify America. It just said it. It just said it. Look at that. We're getting the same speed, practically. And this one's free. So why would we not use this one? I hate blocking the Chatamo. If we come out and there's a Leaf waiting, I'll obviously switch it because I'm just a courteous person. But this charge is courtesy of Electrify America, and no, that's not a typo. Electrify Canada, but apparently it's all Electrify America on the back end. Why? Just goes to show they don't know software. which is the big thing. So let's just check, because we were getting like, what, 130 a second ago? So it's like, but it's free. So we paid $5 for no reason, but whatever. So I just wanted to show, so right now it's showing, so on the 350 kilowatt, the dynamic limit was showing, so right now we're maxing out, so dynamic limited charging and then the actual current going in, we're getting like 310 amps. So I guess I'm confused as to why the 350 kilowatt isn't providing more. So maybe that's the problem with the station. I don't know, but this one's giving a good speed, 118 kilowatts. I say let's run inside and do our stuff and we'll come back. But it's a free charge. Can't go wrong with that.